Radiant team ban. Team ban. Radiant team ban.
Alright folks, welcome back to the Netolic Red Call Pro League East Division Grand Finals. The Grand Finals, we started this tournament, I think at the beginning of April, and here we are, beginning of May, wending it to a close. VG, in the first game of this series, really taking an extremely convincing win out over MUFC. MUFC drafting a pushing lineup. VG responding by just saying, well, we'll just kill you all over the map and you'll never get a chance to push us in. For a brief moment, MUFC looked like they might high ground, but VG smacked them right back down and took this to the next game 1-1 now. MUFC with the one game advantage from the winner's bracket. VG with the one game from their win. Heading into Game 2, once again, these are your English casters, Vikrmond and El Presidente. El Prez, what do MUFC need to do here?
I'm really hoping to see MUFC's pocket Visage pick, because I don't think they've lost a single match in this tournament with that Visage.
I'm not sure either, actually. They have done quite a bit of work with it.
And they've made it work. They've been really good at running very aggressive tri-lanes with the Visage, especially when paired with Leshrac or Rubik, as I think they previously did. But Rubik is picked up, and that's another fantastic hero for MUFC to be running here.
Queen.
Yep, they take the Rubik, so probably Winter's hero with this Rubik, if I had to guess. And then the ability to steal any Magnus spell is just a huge deal for them. They will also take the Queen of Pain away, so that gives, most likely you're going to see TFG, who was on the Dragon Knight last game, with the Queen of Pain this game. And ooh, VG, a statement of confidence. They draft that a little bit more of a hard carry. I know that there's a debate about whether Anti-Mage is really a hard carry, but certainly compared to Lifestealer, he is. And the last time VG ran this, it didn't go that well for them. I mean, they got the farm, but then they ended up losing some big engagements. But here we are again, and it's always a treat to see a legendary one-position player play one of the premier one-position heroes. The SMJ, of course, did not get famous for his Anti-Mage play, but we're going to see it here. And Elprez, what do you think about this pick and for third?
Anti-Mage is just a good all-rounder. He is good in every situation, except against a team that actually has 5 silences. It doesn't happen that often. But the reason why he's so strong is not really because of his ability kit, which is good, but not really like ideal for a hard carry. You know, nothing really scales for him. It's because he farms so quickly.
Sure.
Thanks to a 5-second blink, it's very easy for him to get to farm, the lane, the jungle, and another lane, all in the span of 30 seconds very easily. So he's very good at doing that. Honestly, I would have loved to see ZSMJ play his renowned Phantom Lancer instead, just for nostalgia and my fanboying. But
that's definitely nostalgia. Yeah, I don't see VG really don't like that PL because he has no teamfight presence early on. He's good in the laning phase, but VG really seem to like heroes that can always contribute to teamfights. And Anti-Mage, despite his not great early damage, has more contribution early than I think PL does.
This is absolutely the case, especially against a Queen of Pain who has such a huge mana pool. Even a level 6 Mana Void, which is an awful ability, will still do something.
Right. Yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, I have Mana Void. It does deal pretty good damage if you can catch out a high mana hero and just blow them up. VG actually, haha, they heard you and they're banning out that Visage. They don't want to see MUFC whipping that out. And honestly, their Visage has been very strong, but MUFC respond by drafting the Lina. So steal a hero that combos extremely well with Rubik, use the Telekinesis Lift, and then Light Strike to combo out the stuns, and all of a sudden you've got a dead hero on your hands. VG, meanwhile, take the Clockwork for XTT. Fifth picks, what are we probably going to see here? I mean, obviously a 1 for MUFC, right?
Yeah, MUFC needs a second 1. and in the second one, an actual one, because Lone Druid probably going to be playing 2 role even in the offlane. I have to say, I don't know. It's hard to say. Without the Lifestealer, they really don't have that option.
10
Juggernaut's also been
seconds
banned,
remaining.
so
Yep. Both of
we
these
could
banned out.
see a Phantom Lancer anyways coming out of MUFC.
5 seconds
I doubt it,
remaining.
just
I don't
because
know.
Anti-Mage plus Battle Fury and Magnus in Power basically tears Phantom Lancer a new one.
It's not that they couldn't win that, it's that it's very, very risky, I feel like, to take the Phantom Lancer here. You already have a team that actually does pretty decently if they try to fight around the map. With Queen of Pain and Lone Druid, it's just adding the PL, I feel like, just forces you to drag it out. And you're dragging it out against a guy who's pretty legendary for his ability to farm and win in the mid to late game. Now, I just don't know that MUFC are going to go that route. But the problem is they don't have that many choices. There is still something like a Luna. Like, I'm thinking of carry heroes that are actually able to contribute to team fights early. Because the Alchemist, the Juggernaut, the Lifestealer are all capable of that, but they're all taken out of the pool. And obviously Lone Druid already picked up for them. I do feel like maybe a Luna would serve them fairly well for Huntrash, but...
I'm thinking Luna or Gyrocopter.
Sure.
Gyrocopter a little bit less so, again, for sort of the same reasons as Bane. Less popular in the Far Eastern scene.
Sure, but I think Winter, if he feels that that's the right pick, doesn't mind going for it. Question is it the right pick?
Yeah, Gyrocopter isn't really that strong against Anti-Mage, just because
Right.
a lot of his mid to early game damage comes from magic sources. Sven!
Okay. Okay, I can. Ooh, VG, the Southeast Asia special coming out from the Chinese team. Sand King for their second support. So I was just thinking, with no Rubik, because obviously it's been drafted up by MUFC, and with the other support bans, what are VG going to go for as a setup stun for Leshrac? And Sand King, he's a hero that can just totally take a team fight. And the Magnus Sand King combo is, at least theoretically, very, very scary. Like, the capability of just stunning you out and destroying you is there in a way that few really hero combos are. But, and it's a fairly substantial but, the Sand King has to hit his levels. You really need at least level 5. I mean, obviously 6 for the epicenter, but even 5 for the stun to have decent range. And it takes impeccable positioning for the Sand King to actually set up the Leshrac, at least until level 5. In fact, in just as many cases, considering how good Fenrir is at aiming splitters, Leshrac is almost his most played hero, I think, in this tournament. He might set up for Sand King more so than the other way around.
I would be surprised. Fenrir is almost always on the ball with a splitter. He's been making big plays with that. It doesn't really help that Sand King has like god-awful starting range on Burrow Strike.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Alright, so let's go ahead and introduce the teams. I'll take MUFC because you took them last time. The team captain and drafter, Winter, caster, pro player, former Orange, definitely the spiritual center of MUFC, so to speak. He'll be taking up the Rubik. His support partner, Ling, on the Lina. That leaves Huntrash player most likely for the... sorry, what the heck did they pick? Sven, yes. And then TFG on the Queen of Pain, and in the offlane we'll have FCFC up on that... What is it, Clockwork?
It was...
Sorry, not Clockwork. Lone Druid. Meanwhile... Sorry, go ahead for VG.
Yes. Meanwhile, for VG, we're seeing Magnus, played by CTY, in that solo mid position. XCT will be offlaning that Clockwork. ZSMJ playing a classic hard carry, even from his old school era, on the Anti-Mage. Fenrir will be playing the Leshrac, and FY will be playing the Sand King.
Right. Yeah, I mean, pretty exciting lineups from both teams. Quickly, PSA, raid call. You see the counter over on the right. Once that reaches 5,000, we will have the TI3 giveaway triggered. So I've been told that our sponsors want you guys to remember that. So yeah, check it out. Raid Call Channel 2013. You can download it at raidcall.com. It is our official sponsor for this tournament. Both the prize money and all the giveaways that we've been running throughout the tournament. So a bunch of people got, I think, keyboards, mice, headphones, all headsets, all that good stuff. So... CTY in the mid against TFG, Magnus Queen of Pain, sort of a classic, or quickly becoming classic matchup. Do you think TFG can put out the pressure to keep CTY a bit more in check than he was last game?
Maybe. Magnus, I feel, at least in the mid game, doesn't contribute as much damage as a Queen of Pain does, but he more than makes up because he has such massive team fight utility instead. So... I don't know. With that, even at level 6, it's still a 2.25 second stun. in
Sure.
AoE. If he gets the empower off on ZSMJ, ZSMJ will be contributing huge to these fights. Actually, really interesting movement from VG. They're looking to actually make a play on Queen of Pain in the mid as early as possible.
You're right. Unfortunately, this also does mean that because they're camping out here, the MUFC's incursion with all 5 players into the top to try to get the first blood didn't succeed as well, but here we go. VG have walked in. Hontrash, he throws out the Stormhammer. It's on Fenrir's all the way in the back. There's the lift on FY. They link it up. They do not link it up with the Split Earth just yet, and Lightstriker wards them off, so lots of mana used, a bunch of Sound and Fury, but so far signifying nothing. The try versus try begins with more of a whimper than a bang, really. No kills on either side. And then in this 3v3, break this down for me, Elprez. Who's going to try to be more aggressive? Who's going to get the kills?
Easy, MUFC. It's just Antimage doesn't really have a lot of kill potential. He has practically non-existent laning presence. And it's mostly because he doesn't have a stun, he doesn't put out a lot of early game damage, Mana Break takes a lot of levels before it really contributes a lot of damage. His armor isn't really that
stun
good.
on ZSMJ, the Stormhammer link up. It's actually a lot of damage, but he's okay. Not quite enough to punch through him without the additional auto attacks from Rubik. Sorry I interrupted you, I just thought we might get a kill.
Yeah, honestly, if Rubik was there, they probably would have. Because level 1 Blink was not picked up on CSMJ. He went for level 1 Mana Break.
Right. And that does leave him a little bit vulnerable. Now that I think by this point, they definitely know that he doesn't have the Blink, otherwise he would have used it. So we may just see more and more pressure going out.
Yeah, there's a lot of just... Link is just right-clicking him down whenever he gets the chance.
Sure.
And ultimately, it doesn't really prevent ZSMJ from getting his level 2 that fast. He's going to be getting it very shortly anyways, but it's still a big deal.
Right. I mean, he'll get level 2 at about 2 creep kills, and then now the lane is in the tower, so... MUFC, yeah, 1 creep kill was actually enough for it, because nobody was around. And FY, they're trying to manage the lane here, and so far, MUFC haven't quite been able to pull the control of the lane, so the positional control, away from VG. And that Split Earth comes out, Hontrash actually getting a stun. FY trying to come in for this. Ooh, they lift up CSMJ. There's the Light Strike. No, there's the Stormhammer. Light Strike ready to link up. They only need a couple more auto attacks. He will blink out. And Hontrash actually fairly low. The Split Earth does not land. Dragon Slave. Ling with a perfectly positioned jump with that little dragon. And he gets the last hit on CSMJ, who must have surely thought he was safe. Oh, man, that was a huge, huge spell cast.
My god, like, that timing, that Dragon Slave timing, and it's a big kill. It's on ZSMJ too. That actually
First
pretty
blood,
much eliminated...
not just that.
First Blood, it actually pretty much completely wiped out ZSMJ's early...
TFG! 3 HP. 3 HP as this Queen of Pain forced to back off. CTY with a nice skewer shockwave combo, and really just a matter of mathematics that he didn't get a kill in the mid there. VG really threatening in that mid, but the bottom lane is now all the way up to the tier 1 tower.
With 3 HP, you can literally just blame that straight up on auto-attacking RNG.
Right. Right,
Like
the auto
that-
attack range. If a couple auto attacks had rolled higher, that would be a dead Queen of Pain in the middle. So CTY really holding his own in a lane that doesn't typically favor Magnus.
This is a lane that's so dangerous for Magnus, it's kind of sad. And the only reason why Magnus is even played in mid is just because he's hard to kill. That and, of course, Shockwave spam. But to be honest, like, before Bottle Croy became really, really popular, there was a reason why Magnus was ever seen in solo mid.
Sure. I mean, it's just the Shockwave, yeah, as you say. It's what allows him to maintain his presence.
Yeah, it's the only thing that really gives CTY a little bit of farm as well as harass all at the same time. So,
Elpress, talk to me a little bit about ZSMJ's skill build here. Do you think he goes 1-1-1, or would it be smarter to pick up more ranks of Blink?
he needs more ranks in Blink. He's gonna put himself into a bad position if he blinks into a fight with a 12-second blink. Like, that's absolutely necessary. Also, a 5-second blink makes it that much easier for him to farm. So,
That's definitely true.
in the mid game, so it's actually a big deal. Otherwise, he might just go like pure burning, just go 1-1-1 stats.
Right. I think those are really the two options. But yeah, I agree. I think a lot of Blink would be a good option. XTT now actually doing Darkseer-esque creep pulling, just trying to pull away this creep wave, because once Lone Druid hits that 5, once he has that Entangle, it's really dangerous to go near him, especially on something like Clockwork, where even if you cogs, you're kind of still screwed. So it's smart of him to try to start being a little sneakier now. He's basically drawn this lane up to this point. Now he's going to start losing a little bit, but good work from Clockwork, no doubt about it, to be able to at least draw the lane up to the point at which he has to start playing extremely defensively.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference just because he does get to secure a creep wave very safely, as well as keep his lane closer to his own tower all at the same time. So, it's actually a very big deal, but
ooh, Winter's hunting. He wants to get a lift. No, Fenrir manages to go out of range, so just this tier 1 boots helping him out a lot there, because Rubik has no boots at all. The Leshrac outrunning. And that will keep him up, and MUFC doing a little bit of harassment just to the creep lane here, clearing out these creeps and the neutrals. This is more XP for them. When you're in that aggressive tri lane, you want to get that extra experience, extra levels in any possible way you can. And so far, they're doing a good job, actually. Their support's at level 4 and 3. That's a 1-level jump over both of the VG supports. And Sanking, as we talk about, is a level-dependent support. So far, I gotta say, MUFC are pulling it off in all 3 lanes.
Yeah, that's absolutely the case. Mid a little bit iffy just because C2Y did do a very good job of almost pushing TFG off the lane, but he still has
FY might get caught out here. The D-smoke for Winter, he still doesn't have boots, so we actually might see Sanking escaping, maybe. Yeah, it's just the lack of boots. Rubik D-smoked pretty quickly, and the daytime vision allowed Sanking to see what was coming. If they had waited even like 10 seconds, I think maybe they would have been on him before he had a chance to see.
Oh, Fenrir. He got spotted by wards. They're going to be moving on to him.
He's actually... There's the war cry. Hontrash going to try to chase this Leshrac down, but once again, smart defensive play. They may not be getting the levels, but they're avoiding giving MUFC any more satisfaction in the way of kills.
Fast arcane moves picked up on C2Y though, so that's actually a pretty big win.
Yeah, he's actually he's only 6 auto attacks, 6 last hits and a couple denies behind the Queen of Pain. So this Magnus definitely holding his own. I would say that this is the lane that's in the best shape for VG overall. No diss to XTT. It's tough to live against a Lone Druid, but he's going to be losing this lane because of the fact that he can't get near FC. And in the top lane, MUFC, I have to say that they've earned a little bit of an advantage. 33 last hits for Sven to 18 for ZSMJ's anti-mage. And they're just putting so much pressure on VG that they can't find farm for their supports either.
Yeah, it's really that for VG, they have to be really careful about moving into these pull camps, because even if VG don't MUFC have the strongest like contestant lineup, they will do it anyways. And it's not that they don't have the strongest. They just have a
stun coming out on ZSMJ.
Oh.
They're going to link this up. The Stormhammer comes through the telekinesis. I think he may be dead. They get the last hit for Winter's Rubik, and that's another kill. That's 2 deaths for Anti-Mage. If you had to pick one player on this map for it to have 2 deaths on, it would not be Anti-Mage. That's a painful loss once again. And those 3 stuns, they're just so long-lasting.
Yeah, oh. Wow,
that's with, actually, Fenrir takes another stun. Dragon Slayer comes through. He's going to go to the safety of the Tier 1 tower. By the way, ZSMJ, he's gone, and I think this is fairly smart. I considered this option, but didn't say it on the cast, but he actually has rank 3 Spell Shield, because it's less important for him to have that blink right now than it is to just survive the endless stun chain. And so even with rank 3 Spell Shield, almost the maximum amount of... I mean, it is the maximum amount of magic resist he can have in the lane at this point. It's still not enough. There's the Sand King stun. Nice split earth. They're linking this up. XTT is here. Hontrash is taking a lot of damage. As SMJ needs just a couple more auto attacks. It is that rank 1 blink. XTT, he has the rocket. He's just waiting for that hookshot. He needs to hookshot in. Sooner or later, will he hookshot? He actually misses! It doesn't latch, and Hontrash will walk away from this. He delayed for too long. Oh, he gets it with the rockets. Thank God he at least got it with the rockets, because, wow.
That was really close. Like, Hontrash almost walked away completely fine after that entire trade, and if that were to happen, I think it would be very hard for VG to turn this game around. At least they were able to get 1 kill, and at least it was on Hontrash.
Fortification. This is going to be a little bit of a duel. Can FC actually get his bear up? No, the bear actually dies. He's forced to retreat, and this is an easy deny for VG. So a kill on the board and a tower deny, not the worst thing you can come away with. You were saying?
They didn't deny it.
What? What?
C-Troop got the kill.
Oh man. Well, that was just a waste of time for their supports. You're totally right. They didn't deny it. That's kind of surprising, honestly. Good call. Good catch.
That's also a big deal. Not only did they not deny it, ZSMJ's all low.
Oh, ZSMJ takes the Storm Hammer. Here comes the lift. Here comes the Light Strike Array, and the Dragon Slave picks up the last hit. 3 deaths for Anti-Mage. They rotate the supports away to try to get some XP in the tower deny, and instead all they get is no deny and another death for AM. Oh man, this aggressive try is completely paid off. FY and Fenrir are trying to rotate into their typical, just, you know, they're trying to find kills wherever we can. FY, will he find TFG? There's the stun. Nice stun time, actually. The Split Earth to follow. Skewer, yes. Kill on Queen of Pain. And that'll get CTY some credit towards his Blink Dagger. But where will they find farm for Anti-Mage, Elprez? Where do they put him?
Dire's top tower has fallen.
I have no idea. Maybe the bot lane, because if the lane does push up closer to the tower, they'll be fine. But FC has been very good about creep equilibrium at this point, so it's really not close enough to the tower to make it feel safe. He doesn't really have the ability to farm the jungle yet. We might see that
he's the war cry. Will they get him again? This would be disastrous. Here comes the Storm Hammer. They're going to get the telekinesis. The Light Strike Array to follow. Dragon Slave coming through. Is it actually enough damage? Nice Split Earth, actually, but ZSMJ walks away. The first time they've initiated on him and not killed him. Here comes XCT to return. Nice hook shot. The Light Strike Array coming through, but the auto attacks from Clockwork enough to bring down Ling. So they finally keep ZSMJ alive and punish. The Sven pick coming into focus here, they always lead with the Storm Hammer because even post-blink, it will actually hit the Anti-Mage. So smart in that respect, but not quite enough damage anymore. The poor man's shield and the tier 3 spell shield, just keeping him alive long enough to actually survive through that and get them a kill. Does that mean he's now safe, or was that a fluke?
Honestly, one of the problems there was that there were at least 2 auto attacks that it looks like Hontrash did not pull through with because he was concerned about getting hit by the Split Earth. So I'd have to say, honestly, a fluke. Just because previous attempts have not gone so well for CSMJ.
Oh, they might find CTY here. He's hiding in the corner, actually. FY getting picked off as well. RP just on the solo Huntrash, and he's actually going to live. So Magnus walks away from this, but no RP for 120 seconds. That's going to embolden MUFC, especially with the kill on Sanking that they found here. They just may try to get this tier 2 tower. I mean, Lone Druid playing a little bit of keep away. FCFC actually doesn't feel like resummoning the bear. He still wants that armlet, and so Clockwork able to dissuade them here. Meanwhile, CTY is lifted up again. No RP tricks this time. This will be finally the first kill participation for TFG, and he picks up the last hit on that as well. Huntrash, he's popped his God's Strength. It's going to be extra damage onto this tier 1. They may try to just get this tier 1 now that they know Clockwork is occupied in the other one. Using the Warcry to tank the tower hits. He's actually quite low. He has got to be a little bit careful after this. They find the last hit on the tower. They know that Clockwork is here, so they don't have to worry about that hookshot initiation. Haste Rune actually up for TFG as well. It looks like he may want to get another kill. FY is still level 6, so he's still fairly vulnerable. TFG jumps over here. Fenrir, the Dragon Slave comes through. That'll get the last hit on him. XTT, the hookshot initiation doesn't quite land. No Light Strike Array. Chased with the bear. The bear only has a little bit of Laguna Blade and the ultimate from Queen of Pain. Meanwhile, Link gets picked up, but the epicenter only landed on him. And so far, it's a 2-for-1 trade. FCFC, he might walk away even with a bear. He chooses to resummon it, but it is that choice.
Yeah, big win. Big win. Armlet's done as well, so even bigger win for MUFC right there. Really, this is more in line with what they wanted to kind of do in the first game. They wanted to be very aggressive with their lineup, and they wanted to push in towers as early as possible. And they're basically doing that here. They got all of the first 3 tier 1 towers already gone. It shouldn't be that hard for them to push in the next 2. They already got most of the health down at the bottom tier 2 as well. So this is like the ideal situation for MUFC for this lineup.
Absolutely. Now, CTY will hit his blink in very, very shortly. About 2 more last hits for him. But the thing is, and I didn't quite pick up on this, but Winter managed to steal RP. Because I think CTY didn't actually cast anything after that solo RP on the Sven.
Ooh.
And Winter walked up and stole it. So he's hanging on to it. That's what set up the kill on Magnus in the mid. And now, with it up in 10 seconds, they've actually smoked up. So I don't think VG... I mean, they know that he has RP, but they won't know where he is.
Laguna Blade's up as well, so this is a lot of burst coming out.
This is an enormous amount of burst. Will they find the Anti-Mage? That's my question. If they find ZSMJ coming through here, here comes the telekinesis. They're going to use that RP. Light Strike Array as well. Laguna Blade. They actually don't have enough damage. Oh man, just
like,
not quite the syncing up. TFG coming in, yes! The auto attack will actually get it after the Scream of Pain. And another RP coming out for CTY just on TFG. He actually blinks out of it as well. The Rockets, once again, cleaning up for VG where they don't have quite enough damage, and they're chasing out Winter. He probably can make it out of this. He does have Burrow Strike up in 1 second. There's the Burrow Strike from FY. Winter will follow with his own Burrow Strike. No, he gets picked off. So another kill for CTY. He finishes his Blink Dagger, but losing ZSMJ is a very dear price to pay. Very, very dear.
Yeah, that is 2 deaths in favor of VG. They did get 1 kill advantage, but again, ZSMJ, because of the lineup that VG are running, is actually their only core hero.
Right, right, and this is rare for them. It's rare that they go Clockwork, not really any carry capacity. There's the hook shot. It actually only gets the bear. Nice use of FCFC, using the line to block the Clockwork angle with his bear. Nice, very nice. And VG now smoking up. They seek to try to do what they couldn't do there. Actually, what are they going to... No, they don't go to Roshan. They're just trying to rotate and find some more kills. They really need to equalize this because look at CSMJ's net worth. Oh, not quite long enough. There's that Sand stun just not being that long range. Fenrir rears up for the splitter, thinks better of it because it wouldn't really land. And they've got to get this anti-mage in the game, and it's just power treads. Does he even go Battle Fury now?
It's too late for Battle Fury. Like, Battle Fury is a farming item. You want that by now. He is probably going to be looking at picking up Manta Style instead. It gives him a little bit of tank. It lets him farm a little bit faster if he goes for the Yash as well. And he can kind of make up for the lack of Battle Fury by having Empower on him instead. But, like, it's too late for Battle Fury. He's got to build, like, items to make him relevant now.
Interesting pickup of this casual vitality booster on XTT. Do you think this is purely casual, or is he building towards something?
I think it's a casual Vibe booster. I really hope he doesn't accidentally build a Vanguard.
He's not going to accidentally build a Vanguard. But he actually... no, he actually will build a Vanguard. And it's not accidental. Good point. XTT loves Vanguard. He builds it a lot on Darkseer and Clockwork.
I don't like Vanguard.
Oh, you know. Still
I don't think anyone really likes Vanguard anymore except for XTT apparently.
I don't know. It has its uses. I mean, they're facing up a lot of physical damage. It'll block Sven damage and Lone Druid.
This is all true. It will block Sven and Lone Druid damage, but once you get past like 90 damage, armor point for point is going to be more effective than Vanguard.
Sure.
So
it looks like the tier 2 tower here for MUFC. It's almost impossible for VG to actually defend this, especially with how little HP it has. They're going to trade off. Actually, Hontrash getting completely caught out. The RP and the Epicenter. That's an easy kill for them. So VG, they get on the board. They don't actually find the tower kill, but they do get Sven. Used a lot of ultimates for it, but no Rubik in sight, so no need to worry about them being stolen. And that's a nice kill. I mean, Hontrash, he was level... only 8, surprisingly, actually, so not that much XP compared to how much you would get for killing TFG or FCFZ, but Low Druid and Queen of Pain now setting their sights on the tier 2 mid, and they can kind of outpush VG is the thing, even the full team of VG, so VG scattering to the 4 wins a little bit. We see XTT hunting a tiny bit. He's actually going to find Queen of Pain, but there's the Orchid, lots of damage. I don't think Clockwork gets out of this alive, not even needing the Sonic Wave, just picking him off with auto attacks from the double damage rune. And wow, paying out on ZSMJ actually coming from his own team saying, dude, there's a Queen of Pain, she's angry, she has an Orchid, she has double damage rune, you're not safe here. And it's true, he's not. The problem is, where is he safe?
Sadly nowhere at this moment. With a Queen of Pain and Orchid, ZSMJ's farming ability has went from bad to practically non-existent. If he gets caught in the lane, he can't blink anymore. He is dead.
Right. Right, that Orchid is huge against anti-mage. It's his escape mechanism that's completely shut down, and he has no tankiness yet. He's 872 HP, Elprez. I mean, obviously Queen of Pain is going to do less damage to him because he has maxed out spell shield, but even just her auto attacks might be dangerous to him. She does do 150. There's the tier 2 tower for them as well. And VG are running out of outer towers and running out of map control. If MUFC put a couple more wards into this jungle, suddenly it's not safe for ZSMJ to farm at all. He might actually go to the south, the Radiant jungle.
That would also be the safest bet for ZSMJ to farm at this point. He does sit on 1500 gold now, and I'm really hoping he just goes for the Manta. Because it will dispel the silence, so at least he can escape again. Oh, but ZSMJ.
Let me ask a little bit about... Well, he has a backup from FY here. This would actually be dangerous for TFG. He immediately gets stunned. I think... No! Nice! Wow! Oh man, the Storm Hammer's stunned. They don't get FY because he is actually stealth The Scream of Pain enough to get the pick off there, but really the key there was the immediate TP in by Hontrash player, the Stormhammer, the God Strength, and ZSMJ in an instant. We said he's easy to bring down, and he has no real armor, and just the God Strength hits. CTY lifted up. Will they get the entangle here? They do actually entangle him. He gets brought down. Not even close to being able to cast his RP. And 3 deaths for VG there. And the tier 2 tower being pressured. They pull the bear back a little bit. It doesn't have that much health. The urn just healing it back up. This is a dangerous bear. This is a bear that may well have its assault cuirass soon. And at that point, VG will find this even more difficult. Oh my goodness, I mean, the tier 2 tower, can they even defend it? No CTY for 20 seconds. He doesn't have buyback. He's trying to buy out for his BKB just to sort of survive against this onslaught, and it's yet another tower kill. Just look at the GPM this lone druid is earning from these towers, and I gotta say, look at the GPM from Anti-Mage, and it's just, it's not there. The farm is not there. Hontrash with his BKB and drums, just a contributor. Not carrying, just that extra bit of damage. Oh, you can survive magic damage? We don't care, because with this Sven will just beat you down with his God Strength, and it's just nothing is safe. Nowhere is safe.
This is a huge problem. ZSMJ isn't even the top farmer on his own team. He is that far behind. And it came down to the fact that VG, their tri-lane was a little bit confused. Sand King is not a defensive hero. He is an offensive tri-laning hero. Right. And Anti-Mage is not an offensive tri-laning carry. Like, Leshrac is good on defense and offense, although defense would prefer to have more points.
They may try to interrupt the Roshan here, is the only thing. This is a possibility, because MUFC, it does take them a while to bring down this Rosh. They don't have any armor debuffs, so this is a slow progress. And you can see, VG would absolutely love to sneak this Roshan. It would be the first unforced error coming from MUFC basically all game. And MUFC, they're actually out of the pit now. They've realized that this is just quite dangerous. If they could somehow snipe somebody from VG, VG are completely smoked up. They're hard to get a bead on where they are. MUFC, they do have a sentry ward here, but I don't think it's spotted at the beginning of the smoke. They're back in the pit. Hontrash player now joins them. The Light Striker onto the low ground. There's God's Strength. They're all in on this Roshan, basically. Here we go. He's down to about 1,000 HP. There's the hook shot in. There's the stun from Sand King. CTY's in the pit. Roshan killed by the Radiant. It's stolen by ZSMJ, so he has the Aegis, but nonetheless, he's going to lose it very quickly. CTY with the RP. They're trying to bring down TFG. Unfortunately, everybody's dead. ZSMJ makes it out. Actually, still has the Aegis. No. TFG going to find him out. Uses the Sonic Wave to ensure it. ZSMJ blinking out. They stole the Aegis, but
this is high ground.
Yeah, this may well be high ground, because CTY has no buyback. Their entire team dies there. They still have the epicenter from FY, but it's still level 1. And oh man, the pushing damage that MUFC can bring to bear is really quite substantial. And they don't have hookshot, they don't have RP. Winter is hanging on to just Shockwave in this case, but there's no way that they can defend Raxus. And VG actually tap out. MUFC returning with a vengeance, really punishing that Anti-Mage tri-lane. And I can't believe I didn't think of the Sven, because it was really actually a very inspired pick. ZSMJ was forced to make a very difficult choice, which was, if I blink now, I don't get anything from it, because the Stormhammer will still hit me. But if I wait to blink, I might die before I actually am able to cast it. And I don't know if he made the wrong decision, but maybe just they were out-strategized, but MUFC were able to kill that Anti-Mage so often that he never got off the ground. Was there anything VG... What should VG have done execution-wise?
Execution-wise?
Yeah.
I think they need to play Sand King a little bit closer so that in the event that MUFC ever tries to do anything, they can stun it. They have a targeted stun that will actually hit. Because Fender, as good as he is landing splitters, did not land enough of them to really keep them off of ZSMJ.
Sure.
Also, I would like to mention that you made an awful bear pun.
Which one?
They're pushing power risk coming to bear.
Ah, yes. Not an intentional pun, but I'll take it. I'll take the credit.
You'll take it.
All right, folks. Netolic Raid Call Pro League East Division Grand Final. MUFC take our second game, technically game 3, and go to a 2-1 lead. That's match point. They threaten to win this entire series in the next game. Stick with us, and don't forget to join Raid Call channel 2013 2013, just like the year. Continuing to get more and more people in there will be great, and we'll be trying to move towards getting enough people for that TI3 giveaway. Thank you so much for watching, folks. This is Netolic TV, Netolic TV. Don't go away. We'll start the next game in just a couple moments.